Hey guys, this is video by PARSIQ for ETHDenver hackathon. My name is Ivan Ivanitsky and today I will show you how basic PARSIQ functionality works, how to build smart triggers, how to use our ABI decoder to track arbitrary function calls and events on Ethereum and other Ethereum compatible chains, also how to track ERC20 transfers, NFT transfers, ETH transfers, and generally how the platform works. So this is what our dashboard looks like. So I have a project here, and first of all I would like to show you how to create a simple smart trigger and how to get notifications into Telegram and how to connect Telegram. So let's start with that. To connect Telegram we will need to go here to account and create new transport here. So basically transports are the things that we use for delivery of our data. So the four options for transports are Telegram, Discord, so you can get all the notifications about specified blockchain transactions in your messenger, and also Google Sheets for data gathering and analytics, and for software integration, and I believe this will be the case for the hackathon. Most probably we use webhooks so that you will be able to send and receive webhooks on your end. So for now I'll go with Telegram to showcase the most simple example. So I'll choose a private messaging here because we also can do groups, and yeah, I can scan this QR code here from the screen, or since I have Telegram here on this machine I will just press connect. Okay, and I press start here. Yeah, amazing. So now I have PARSIQ connected to my Telegram. Also, another thing that I wanted to share with you is that here I'm on staging.parsiq.net. This is for working with testnets. In Ethereum case, for us it's a Ring-B testnet. And to work with mainnets, make sure to go here, portal.parsiq.net. And also, if you need some additional actions or some additional functionality, please make sure to contact our team. You can check how many actions you have here. So for instance, on my test account I have 10,000 of them, so you can ask for additional actions. Okay, so we've connected Telegram to PARSIQ. Now let's go to our triggers. So we will be creating smart triggers using empty template, because also the other option is trigger wizard, but that's for more simple use cases and for less developer focused use cases. And since we're working in hackathon, most probably you will need to create some advanced stuff, and for that purpose you'll be creating an empty trigger. Yeah, so I've prepared some code snippets not to be typing during the video. So I will share all of the use cases, and basically you can use the same code snippets. You can reuse the code. Also you can reuse the code that you'll find in the docs. So I'll share a bit of it later. So I've just copy-pasted this code here, and you can see that right away PARSIQ has a warning. So because of my screen size, unfortunately we won't be able to see it probably. Yeah, so that's an undeclared variable MyAddresses, this line. So obviously we will need to declare it. I will show how to do that. Yeah, to declare this variable, let's first of all save this code. For now we cannot deploy it because it doesn't compile. And now let's go to Datasets. So I have addresses table here with all the prepared addresses. Basically I just took them from my MetaMask here. So for instance I have this address starting with 0x67e, and you can see that it's on the list, as well as two of my other addresses are on the list as well. So basically, since I have this table here, I can just rename the variable, but you might want to use this functionality as well, so let me show you how to use it. So basically, Datasets is the place where we store data to later be used within the triggers, right? So in this case, I store my addresses, my Ethereum wallet addresses here to monitor, because I will be monitoring just simple transactions from my wallet. So you can do it like this. So you can add just a primitive variable, just one variable. I mean, this might be a string or an address. You can give it a name and use it in the code later, give it a value as well, and so on. So I don't need this one, I will delete this one. Also, you can add structures or add tables as well. You can also give it a name, and you can choose the fields that you need. So in most cases, this will be just Ethereum addresses and, for instance, some labels, which will be a string, right? After that, you save, and you can add data here. So this is the address, this is the name. Yeah, and that's how it works. So basically, I just have a table with addresses and IDs here, and I will be monitoring my own addresses. Now let's go to my trigger that I just created. So my idea here is to create a trigger that will notify me each time I make a transfer. So it monitors a transfer stream. Basically, after this from keyword, we specify the stream that we're listening to. I will talk about this a bit later. However, transfers is just the stream that contains all the ETH transfer events or other native currency transfers if we talk about other chains. So now I know that the name of this table in my account is just addresses. So now PARSIQ knows what it is. And we're monitoring all the transfers where from address is in addresses table or to address is in addresses table. And to address is not in addresses table. So basically, I won't be notified about any transfers that will be coming not from my own wallet. So let's make sure what addresses I have here. So I have this one, which is my exchange address. I have this one, which is my account. So yeah, I will need this one, I will need this one, and I don't need this one, so I'll delete it. Okay, so now let's take a look at the trigger. So we're monitoring all the transfers where from address is in addresses table and to address is not in this table. And for all these transfers, we do the processing, where we just get the transaction info and emit all the data, which is basically a transaction hash that we calculate, that we get here, the value of the transaction, the to and the from addresses. So an important question that you might be asking here is, how do we know what PARSIQ already got as these green values from, to, and value, and what do we need to calculate separately? So for this purpose, we have a Stream Explorer here. So make sure you also have it. To do it, just enable it here on these three dots, right? And when you have a Stream Explorer and when you have a code that compiles, so basically it might be just some empty code like this one, for instance, right? You will be having this Stream Explorer and all the data within it. So you can see that we have a bunch of data here, all the data that's available for this transaction and for this ETH transfer. And we are interested in just from here, to, value, and transaction hash, right? But also you can find other interesting stuff such as, for instance, gas here, gas price, action type, and whatever you find here, basically you can use it because the fact that you see it here means that PARSIQ has this data from this stream. Amazing. Now let me deploy this trigger. Let me add a delivery channel here because like first you set up transports as the way for PARSIQ to deliver the data to you, but for each particular trigger this delivery channel might be different. So for this trigger I want to get data in my Telegram that I just set up. And this is a trigger template, so basically a template for a message. Also, I will copy paste it from here. So what do we have here? Basically, it's just this name is the name of the trigger. This is the name of the project. After that, we got some plain text, so you can change it however you want. Text says that we see a transfer, and after that we use the from address, the to address using the following symbols, and also we see the value, and we do the vertical line here, and here we choose the formatting for this value. So since different tokens and different currencies have different number of decimals, we will need this number of decimals, and for ETH we just can do it like this. Awesome. So now let me create an example transaction. So no transactions yet here. Now let me create the first one. This is my account. Let's send a transfer to a hacker's account to simulate a hacker stealing funds from one of our, let's say, exchange hot wallets. And our exchange, it will see that the funds are being stolen, right? Okay, confirm transaction here. Now it's pending, and soon we will see it right here, as soon as it is mined. So for now, PARSIQ only works, yeah, amazing. So you see a transfer from this address to this address for this amount of funds, and also a bit later you see a notification from MetaMask itself. So basically everything works, and that's what I wanted to demonstrate for this example. Yeah, also I wanted to add that for now PARSIQ only works with an event when a transaction that you're looking for is mined, so gets to the first block. Later we will make it possible, not during the hackathon obviously, to see the number of confirmations and be triggered by a specific number of confirmations. Awesome, so this is the most basic use case. Let's go to a bit more complicated one. So here I won't go through all the hassle with creating a trigger and adding a delivery channel, because you've already seen it. Now let me go through the code a bit. So here we're monitoring a different stream, and this stream is token transfers. So basically we're monitoring ERC20 tokens here. So this is an activation condition, so a condition under which this whole code is activated and goes to these checks later, right? So in this case, activation condition is checking whether either to address or from address equals to USDC Uniswap pool. So I have datasets for this project as well. So I have added primitives here. The one with the name USDC, and this is just the address of USDC smart token smart contract, and this is USDC Uniswap pool smart contract, and I just get the addresses here, and now I can call these addresses from the code by their names, right, like this and like this. So we monitor all the token transfers where either to address or from address is USDC Uniswap pool. So basically we're seeing all the token transfers to or from USDC Uniswap pool. And after that we add an additional check, which is whether code address is equal to USDC. So here basically I'm checking that we're only dealing with USDC token, because also there are wrapped Ether tokens going in and out of that contract, and we are only interested in one part of this event, because obviously, like, since this is a USDC Uniswap pool and this is used for exchanging USDC for wrapped Ether, whenever USDC comes in, wrapped Ether comes out, and vice versa. So we just need to monitor one of these things to see the whole picture. And also sometimes there are some occasional deposits to this address of some other tokens which are on and tokens are lost, but anyway this happens and we don't want this thing to dirty our data. Okay, so yeah, the next step here is this one, and this is checking whether the value is more or equal than 1000. So basically with this trigger and with this notification setting, I want to get notifications whenever there's a big trade on USDC Uniswap pool. So if I had, let's say, some smaller pool and I was monitoring some smaller token than USDC, in that case, I would be able to discover arbitrage opportunities using this scheme. So I will be able to see big trades on this pool, which would move price and which would open arbitrage opportunities for me. So an important thing here, I'd say there are two important things. So first of all, the difference between to from addresses being equal to USDC Uniswap pool and code address being equal to USDC, because we are checking here that we're dealing with USDC token transfers, but not transfers of other tokens, because this stream basically gives us all the token transfers, and here we narrow it down to just USDC tokens. This is the one thing I wanted to share here, and another thing I wanted to share is this function. So as I have previously mentioned, all the tokens, ERC20 tokens and native currencies such as Ether, they have different number of decimals. So since we don't have floating point numbers in Solidity, we need to implement all this stuff using just integers, and we do it using decimals, right? So in order to correctly compare numbers after that, we also take it into account in PARSIQ code, in PARSIQL code, like the one we're writing here. So to compare 1000 to the value of the transaction, you will be needing this function, and you will need to put decimals here. This is another thing that I wanted to share with you. Yeah, and after that, we just emitting all the data that we have. So value to from decimals, and also we have block timestamp here. You can find it here, because obviously that's useful to keep track of what's happening. Okay, so that's another thing that I wanted to share. I believe the next thing for me to show to you would be our API decoder. So no, first I will tell you about NFT transfers, obviously. So let's go to staging again, because I will be transferring my fake testnet NFTs, well, real testnet NFTs, and let's go to NFT monitoring here, and let's go to this trigger. Okay, so this trigger, it's monitoring also token transfer stream, so all the transfers, but here I have a condition that we only take a look at ERC 721s, right, which narrows it down to only the tokens that are ERC 721s, which makes them NFTs. And also this activation condition here, this whole activation condition here contains a statement about the code address. So basically here I narrow it down to one particular collection. So I have my token here. Let's take a look at it. Pretty beautiful, right? And here in details, I got this contract address. And basically this contract address is the address of the collection for ERC 721s. Yeah, let's just make sure that I got this one right. So I get it from here. Yeah, and basically that's the same that I had here, right? Amazing. So I'm monitoring the correct collection, and also I'm only monitoring my own token because I don't need like notifications about all the other tokens of this collection. I'm just monitoring my own, which is number 5. You can see it here, token ID is 5. Okay, so if the conditions are met, then we are working with this thing. So here we're getting some data from OpenSea. We have an OpenSea integration. You can check it on the docs. You can check, in fact, whatever you need on the docs. They're pretty detailed here. We also have code snippets and all the stuff. So for now, I will just share some info on API, OpenSea API wrapper integration. So whenever you have an NFT transfer, you can request the data about it from OpenSea, and if this token was traded on OpenSea, OpenSea will return you all the data about its price, about its name, whatever you need. So here's how we work with it. We have this get NFT token data function here, and it returns a structure. So basically here you can see how this structure works. So to retrieve a particular parts of this structure that we need, we will just using this dot, right? So right now we have this whole data here, and for demonstration purposes I only need image URL. So I get data.image URL, and after that, let's say if you need last sale price, right, you will be typing data dot last sale dot price, right? And after that you might also want to get the payment token, the token in which the payment was made. So that would be data.lastsale.payment token dot whatever you need here, right? Awesome. So now I believe it's clear what it does. It just notifies us about any transfers of this token NFT, of this NFT, and it gives us the new owner, the old owner, and the image URL, right? Amazing. Let's deploy this token. Let's also add a delivery channel here. This will be my Telegram again, and I'll make a super simple trigger, a super simple template. So there will be new and the image URL will be image URL, obviously. Okay, let me check that I typed everything correctly. So this is image URL here, right? This is old owner here, and this is new owner here. Amazing. Let's save this template. And now let's go to testnet OpenSea. So this is also testnet OpenSea. Yeah, whenever you're making any transactions, make sure that you're on a correct network. So you have testnet here, and also I have Ringb test network here. Okay, so I have this this NFT. I believe I have it on a different account. So let me switch to a different account and refresh the page. Yeah, now I have transfer here. Yeah, I will be... Yeah, this is something strange happening on OpenSea. Okay. Yeah, okay. Yeah, and I will need to copy paste my own address, this one as well. And I will be sending this token to my own address. I mean this one NFT token. Sign, confirm, and now let's wait for this to happen here. Yeah, so right now we're waiting for blockchain confirmation. Let me do it like this. Yeah, so I have this transfer here. You can see all the notifications from OpenSea, from PARSIQ, and from MetaMask almost simultaneously. So we have a to address, we have a from address, and we have the this image of the token. Obviously, if you need more useful information such as price, you can also get it. So that's the correct link. So yeah, everything works, and it works pretty simply. Only one thing that I wanted to get your attention to here is that we got another notification from this previous trigger for zero transaction, zero ETH transaction, because basically when this function call that transferred this NFT happened from this very wallet, this previous trigger saw it as well and classified it as a trigger being triggered. Okay, so that's why we have this additional message here. Yeah, and I believe the last thing I wanted to share today, except for this link to our docs, because basically whatever you need, it should be in the docs. If it's not there, please feel free to contact us and ask questions, and we will always be open to respond, and we will also be grateful for that, because we will be able to add information missing in the documentation as well, or any other feedback is appreciated as well on the interface, whatever. Another thing that I wanted to share with you is our ABI decoder. So basically that's the thing for monitoring arbitrary events and function calls on the blockchain. So here in Datasets, you can also see this add user stream here. So this is created for you to be able to, sorry, I cannot type and talk simultaneously, so I will go to Etherscan first. Okay, I will probably just yeah, so you just need to upload a contracts ABI to PARSIQ for PARSIQ to be able to see what's happening there, right? Okay, so if we have this contract on Etherscan, like if it's your own contract, obviously you have the ABI, but if it's just some public contract, you can go here to OpenSea, to Etherscan, and you can get the, yeah, sorry. Yeah, probably that's the wrong address. So you will be able to get the contracts ABI from Etherscan. So I need this one here. Contract. Yeah, amazing. So here we have ABI. So we just copy paste it. We save it to our desktop as a JSON file, right? Wrapped ether ABI.json. We save it. We go back to PARSIQ and we add a user stream here, right? We choose a file. We go to our file. And now you can see everything that we have here. So there are approvals, transfers, deposits, withdrawals. You can see other stuff, like all the external functions that might be called here. And basically you will create a new stream. So let me show you how it works. We have this trigger here. I created a stream like this ETH wrapped ether transfer events. So basically I went here, I chose this file, and let's choose transfer events here and no functions. And this will be ETH wrapped ETH, right? Save. And now we have this user stream here, wrapped ETH. We can go to this trigger and we can choose this stream here. Yeah, so you can see that here we go. This is our wrapped ETH approval events, also transfer events, and whatever you need here. And basically, to understand how to work with this particular stream, because previously we worked with transfer streams and token transfer streams, we went to Stream Explorer to see what we have there. And now we can also go to Stream Explorer to see what this particular stream allows us to see. Yeah, so basically that's all that I wanted to show today. How to monitor simple Ether transactions, how to monitor token transactions, NFT transactions, and how to work with our ABI decoder. So yeah, let me summarize this again. Whenever you want to work with your own custom contract or with some other public contract, and you want to monitor not just transfers but some more complicated events such as external function calls or particular actual events that smart contract is emitting, you will need to go here to Datasets, add user stream here, and after that you will be able to use this stream here the same way we used token stream and token transfer streams. Yeah, so thank you for the time. Basically, I will be available during the hackathon, so if you have any questions, please contact our team, including me. And if you need, we can even shoot additional videos on some other features or how to do this, how to do that. So we're open to that. Just make sure to contact us and share your feedback. So thank you guys and good luck with the hackathon. I hope you build great stuff and win all the bounties and have a great time. Thank you and see you in the next video probably.